Test audio and video. Test audio and video. Wake up. Alright, we have audio and video. Alright. I hope everyone is doing well. I didn't get back to streaming yesterday afternoon. I went downstairs. Oh, first of all, welcome to my channel. I am Blazar Gaming. I went downstairs, saw that there was a lot of stuff going on. I didn't want to get in the middle of that. It was the people working on the gates. This is a community locked behind automated gates and stuff. So there were people here working on the software to the gates. Just a bunch of people down there in the building maintenance room. So I grabbed the computer and brought it up here. Took it out of the box. I plugged it into my oldest monitor. No signal. Plugged it into my ultra wide. The ultra wide monitor told me not a compatible signal. So I ended up plugging it into my television using HDMI. I used HDMI on all three. And there was my picture. So I used my television to run through all the initial setup, start all the Windows updates process. And the Windows update process doesn't seem to care if you have a gigabit download internet. It still takes forever. So I spent several hours yesterday just getting it up, creating the user and password, and then I took it all back downstairs. But I had no idea it was going to take that much time. So that was time it took away from my streaming. Now, it is time I get paid, so they do pay me per hour. So that was okay. Can always use a little bit more money when you're retired. Alright. So, but where we were in the game... Oh, by the way, I checked the forums this morning and the servers are coming down in 2 hours. 2 hours the servers will be coming down for a, it just says server downtime planned. Doesn't say what for. Server downtime planned tomorrow. Well, they said tomorrow yesterday, so it's today. Now, there have been work going on the test server. What is on the test server? Preliminary patch notes. Oh, just a few little bug fixes. Updated the bounty hunter mission objective. So enough enemies must be defeated before defeating the boss in order for the bounty chest to appear. Fixed an issue that caused the bounty hunter reward chest to not appear upon defeating Vulture, even after completing the objective. Fixed an issue where some ground-based visual effects were not being displayed properly when placed on top of certain environmental objects in the Daily Bugle. Fixed an issue where the boss version of Juggernaut would occasionally play Electro's voice. We heard that one day. Fixed an issue to ensure that the first story chapter's cinematic cutscenes play, as expected, if you launch the game as soon as the play button becomes available in the launcher. So, they've just got a few minor bug fixes. I think that's what's going in today's patch. Nothing major, just a few bug fixes. Alright. So, where did I leave off yesterday before I went and did actual real world work? Where did I leave off yesterday? Oh yeah, we were doing Squirrel Girl. I believe we went through Infinity System. Looks like it. Most everything's in fighting. I removed her furry mane. I took her furry mane off of her because we're crazy amounts of crit, though it doesn't look like it here, but there really is. It's over 60% crit, and we're low on this stuff: critical damage, brutal damage. So I wanted to improve those things. A little concerned about how much health she has. Though this gives health, 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 this one gives a little health. We could look to replace the catalyst. She is speed and fighting. This would give +1 to fighting, or yeah, this one would work better. That's an upgrade. As are the I think I'll use this one. That's just going to give her more crit. I could give her some health on hit. But I like that 1,000 health per second for 10 seconds. Hey, how's it going, Bong? Bonkin. 1,000 health per second for 10 seconds when your health drops below 40%. I think I like that one. But that... Ooh. There's some missing health. I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing okay. Let's just do this and see how it works out. We could change things if we need to. I can change things if I need to. Squirrel Girl has to pretty much take whatever I give her. Like I said, her health is low. Let's look at a few things before I go further. Yes. Jubilee is called a team up. We have 63 heroes. And there's just about as many team ups. There's Jubilee, Howard the Duck, a Hydra double agent, Gamora, Drax, Archangel and Angel, Arachne, Agent Venom, Agent Coulson, Agent 13, lots and lots of Jessica Jones, King Thor, lots of team ups, Medusa, Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, Old Man Logan, Quicksilver, Rescue, Quake, Rachel Cole Alves, Shield Support, Helicarrier, Sam Wilson, Captain America. Lots and lots of team ups. Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Sunspot, Wasp. Lots and lots of team ups. And yeah, they just follow you around. They do have gear. So Jubilee gives me 2.8% more physical damage and 2.8% more critical damage. She gives me 3% more physical damage. She gives me melee power damage. That's a low number. I can find a better piece of gear for that. Melee damage. I should have a replacement for that. Which one was it? 2.2 melee? If I could find one that does 20% more damage. Here we go. Oh, wow. That does not benefit the hero or the team up in any way. %20 damage boost. Is that what I'm looking to replace? 20% more damage. 20% more damage. Oh, it was already a duplicate anyway. 100 health, 20% more damage. Invulnerable. Here we go. %3 more melee. So team ups have gear. Team ups level up. They have powers. Jubilee has Roman rockets, fireworks fountain, friendly fireworks. So they have powers just like we do. We just don't. You can set them to passive. In other words, she's playing with me all the time. Or, well, this one's called companion. Assist means you can interactively summon her in when you need her. And she'll assist for 30 seconds. And then there's passive mode, where she's not here, she's away. And when she's away, you get these effects. Energy damage rating. And she'll show up every now and then. Some of these say away on them. As you fight, Jubilee can channel a surge of fireworks at your opponent. Jubilee will drop in to blast one unlucky enemy. Call in the artillery as Jubilee lobs an unstable plasmoid into the fight. So when if you play away mode where she doesn't follow you around, then she just occasionally jumps in and does stuff. She's got a statistic sheet. And there's Tippy Toe. Tippy Toe's ready to go. So this is Squirrel Girl. Doreen Green. I haven't shown her costumes yet, have I? We'll grab her costumes, read her biography. Squirrel Girl's costumes. All right. Doreen Green. You'd think that young Doreen Green's mutant power was super adorability, but her abilities go far beyond simple cuteness. Her semi-prehensile tail allows her to display amazing feats of agility. Well, yeah, that tail is pretty adorable. How about the empathic bond she shares with squirrels? It's a good power, but yeah, it also kind of adorable. All right, she may be the cutest thing on 2 feet and a tail, but she's single-handedly beaten Doctor Doom, Mandarin, MODOK, and Thanos. They thought she was cute too, until she kicked their butts. She was created in 1991. And I'm wearing the GLX costume. This is the unbeatable no jacket variant. That's her unbeatable no jacket variant. Here's her unbeatable costume. She has the little jacket on. So that's the difference between those two. With a jacket, without a jacket. There's her holiday costume. Her aviator costume. I guess that's when she's flying around in her squirrel-a-jig, which they didn't put in this game. And her modern costume, which is what you get for free when you buy Squirrel Girl, or when you get Squirrel Girl. So I like her GLX uniform. So, for a melee character, we're low on health. But we've got Squirrely, which will give us 20% more dodge, which puts us over 34% dodge. If I manage to keep it going and keep it up. Yep, I believe we went through everything yesterday. Just didn't get a chance to go and fight with her. Oh yeah, I did want to look at one thing before I run away. Let's see. This thing says, when you dodge, you get 1227 defense rating. No, there is no hardcore mode. We've got normal difficulty, heroic difficulty, cosmic difficulty, and at the end of September we're getting the next level of difficulty called Omega, but none of which causes you to have to start all over or lose your character. So, nope, once you level your character up, your character is there forever. So you don't lose your character levels, you don't lose your progress. Nothing lost. That's what I consider hard mode. You lose progression. You might consider hard mode differently, but there are levels of difficulty but no progression loss. Oh. So you get defense when you dodge. 18% chance to revive at full health and spirit. 4% chance when you hit to grow in size and gain 6,434 damage rating. Doorman's Soul. 2% chance on enemy defeat to gain 20 spirit and become invulnerable. Regenerate health and spirit when you pick up an orb. Ooh, this looks like a terrible piece of gear, except for all the fighting and speed. You move faster when you're out of combat. 3% chance when you're attacked to deal 14,000 physical damage with the blades of your gyrocopter. And let's see. Code of the Skull. Fighting and speed. Fighting and speed. Guess I'll just go with what I've got. Fighting and speed. Enemies not targeting you. I was just wondering if there was any boss items that would help with the low health. We'll just have to go out and see how she performs. You got to try to keep that extra 20% dodge up. Oh, so there are at least 2 more difficulties. Yeah, the new one coming is Omega into September. And all new gear. I think he ran over Jubilee. I don't see her anymore. Okay, I got a buff. Go to the Age of Ultron mode. Oh, there's a good test. Ah! Too many mobs around. There we go. It's hard to body slide out of there. But the Age of Ultron would be a good... Yeah, I guess I could go.
Whoa, wait. Wolverine is a dad? Since when? I know he's old, but sheesh.
I can go pick this up, even though I'm not going to intentionally try to do it. I sometimes accomplish these unintentionally, without even trying. The daily and the weekly.
A little team up never hurt anybody.
All right, let's go do one of the most difficult things in the game. Cosmic Ultron. Oh, the Armor Defender's going on too. For free upgrade tokens. But this one wants me to go to Age of Ultron.
Without you, Storm, I wouldn't be half the mutant I am today. I owe ya.
So let's go do a Cosmic Age of Ultron. It's one of the most difficult things in this game to do.
Just got the call from Professor X. Here to help.
if you wonder why all the extra mobs disappeared when I was ignoring them, it's this little power right here called Baffling Dialogue. Challenge enemies around you, leaving them discouraged and confused amongst themselves against your squirrel might. And it confuses them. 6-second confuse, 6-second cooldown. If you don't want to fight a group of enemies that are not bosses, you just pop this power and let them fight each other. It's really crazy. I'll do it here. Now it takes longer, but they all defeat each other. It's a lot quicker to do it yourself. But it's a good way to take the pressure off of you. Now, I've not been very good at keeping up my dodge. Because to keep up my dodge, I have to hit Squirrel Twirl 3 times within 3 seconds. Yeah, anybody that's not a boss, you can confuse. And they'll take care of themselves. You just pop confuse, and you walk away. Like I said, it's much faster to take them out yourself, but the option's there if you want. Sometimes you can get in trouble when you're in a group of dozens of these guys and pop confuse, and it takes the pressure off of you. I got to get better with keeping up my dodge, though. I got to remember I also have an execute. So I've got an execute. It's a single target. My Squirrel Twirl applies an area bleed. It's really nice. This guy applies an area bleed. And then this guy's a single target bleed. That's why I call it my triple bleed execute squirrely build.
How about a little strategy here?
And I really need to let my squirrel twirl build up to 3, or I don't keep my dodge up. Now, one of the most difficult fights in the game. Well, it really depends on what affixes Ultron gets. Ultron could have some really nasty affixes, or he doesn't. Let's go clear these guys out first. Alright. Get my health back. Here we go. Come back down. That was really easy.
You supervillains sure are easy to beat. It's like every day is Christmas.
That's what I was thinking, Squirrel Girl. These super villains are very easy to beat. I didn't even bother looking at what affixes he had. But seems like the low health for a melee character doesn't seem to matter a whole lot when you have %20 dodge plus 13.5% dodge. More than 33 1/3% chance to dodge. As long as you keep it up. That's the most difficult thing is remembering
Never hurt anybody.
remembering to ignore this key
Spider-Man, do you take nothing seriously?
until you almost have 3 charges. And then go zip, zip, zip. And then you'll have 20% dodge for 6 seconds. And then wait till you almost have 3 charges again. And they go zip, zip, zip. And you have 20% dodge again. Let's see. Yeah, I picked up. Back to Cosmic Hightown. Crossbones. She doesn't seem to be having any difficulties whatsoever.
Did you get the extended warranty?
For once, my buff bar's in the right place. I don't know for how long, but I guess there's a first time for everything. Whenever you see the little squirrely thing on my buff bar, that means I've got my squirrely up. 20% dodge. Plus 20% dodge.
I hope the Avengers notice that.
— One thing Squirrel Girl's missing in this game: her gyrocopter, her squirrel-a-jig. They should have taken the time to given her helicopter. They took the time to give Robbie Reyes his car. Of course, he's a team up. They gave Punisher his. Say, who's got We got the guys that's got the motorcycles. We should have created her helicopter.
Hey, up yours, buddy.
So, like, where's the party?
Squirrel Girl's a beast. Nah, it's not Squirrel Girl doing all the work, it's Tippy Toe. Tippy Toe's doing all the work. Now there's always the option of ignoring Monkey Joe and going here. And then you've got squirrels everywhere. And this probably does more damage. I'll show you what this looks like. See, now I've got squirrels everywhere. You can't tell, but I've got about 20 squirrels. Well, you can tell by all the numbers, all the little numbers. But I've got about 20 squirrels with me at all times now. Well, 21 counting Tippy Toe. So if I walk over here,
Hope you can find some stuff like your freaking wear or whatever.
when this bar is full, I have 20 squirrels. $20 out of 20 squirrel friends out there. Let's go try some Cosmic Midtown. See if we can catch some of those really nasty waves.
Where's the party?
Cosmic Midtown. The nasty waves are Brotherhood and Doom. Doom. This won't be easy if I'm the only person here. Well, I say I'm the only person here. I've got 21 squirrels fighting with me. So I'm not exactly the only one here. Except the squirrels can't be targeted, so they're all treating me like I'm the only one here. Uh-oh, there is another person here, but they just went down. If they're a ranged character, they need to stay out of melee. Too dangerous. Alright, I need to get better with keeping my squirrely up. I'm not doing a good job at all. Alright, it's up right now. Ran out of time. Help showed up too late. How have I defeated so many supervillains? Because that's the way I was written. That's the way the creators of Squirrel Girl wrote her. The undefeated, unbeatable Squirrel Girl. One, two, three. Nope. Three. See? Squirrely's hard to get up, keep up. All right, 1, 2, 3. Now I've got Squirrely up, but you can't see it. There it is. The stupid buff bar is broken. Not broken. Designed badly. Hey, hello. Who said you could join this party? One, 2, 3. There's Squirrely. One, 2, 3. You probably think I'm ignoring Black Cat, but as I work on Crossbones, Black Cat's going to take damage too. It's the nature of my bleeds and my squirrels. Execute. Oh, I didn't even realize somebody went down. Midgard. All right. This time we won't start the fight late. We'll get started on time. Server going down in 1 hour. Alright, I need to get smarter with Squirrely. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Oh, but you can't see it because the stupid buff bar. One, 2, 3. Yeah, we didn't start this fight late, so we'll get to finish it. When I arrived at that other fight, it had already been going on for a while. 1, 2, 3. Squirrely's up. Execute. That's my favorite Squirrel Girl line. Sorry, I do that to all the supervillains. It's almost as if, I'm sorry, I can't help it. There's a cosmically enhanced Gem of the Curse. Thank you, Miss RNG. Thank you very much, Miss RNG. I know I don't give you enough credit. You are the best. So Squirrel Girl's low health seems to have no effect on her effectiveness. Yeah, if 2 or 3 cosmic bosses backhanded her at the same time, it's going to cause an issue. And all that extra dodge doesn't help against damage over time. So those big blue cosmic circles, you're not going to dodge that. You're not going to dodge poison. You're not going to dodge fire. But any big swings from cosmic bosses, 1 out of 3 are going to miss her completely.
Hi, you got me.
Who you calling cute?
Because of her 33.5% dodge when I keep Squirrely up.
A raccoon is not a rodent.
There's a Doom Wave. Let's see, my ultimate power, 2 minutes cooldown. 2.5 minutes. Now this is going to be a rough fight. There's no doubt about that. When you're in melee, it's hard to see the green orbs. And I don't know that I can dodge green orbs because of all the damage over time they do. I just got to keep my bleeds up on all these guys best of my ability. Keep moving, trying to avoid the green orbs. I just can't fight this like a normal melee fight. Because those green orbs, their damage over time. And you can't see them when you're in melee. You can only see them from range. But I survived it all right. Well, to most people, yes. RNG is a dude. And every now and then, you see, RNG actually is twins. This is my opinion. RNG is twins. There's a Miss RNG who is sweet and gives you all kinds of stuff even when you don't deserve it. And then there's her twin brother, Mr. RNG, evil dude, troll, worst of the worst. And every now and then, when Miss RNG's away, wicked twin brother takes control and makes you very angry. He just trolls you. And when he's got control, that's when you got to start threatening. When you threaten to tell his sister on him, then he does one of two things. He gives you what you ask, or he turns control back over to his sweet sis. But I find that his sweet, nice sister, at least for me, is control most of the time. People who have been watching me for months, who've heard me say over and over again that I'm one of the luckiest RNG people walking on the face of the earth, will agree with me. And everything, and I've got proof, because everything's on my YouTube channel. I record everything. Everything gets uploaded to my YouTube channel. So you could go back and watch my YouTube of every time Miss RNG has given me everything I've ever asked for and more. She's given me rare boss fights, rare boss artifacts off of completely different boss waves. She'll give me something that people farmed for from a particular boss, and she'll just give it to me from a different boss. And that's why I consider myself one of the luckiest people on the planet when it comes to playing games. My siblings learned a long time ago that if we're playing a game that involved chance, dice roll, or cards that you draw from a deck, they learned a long time ago that the odds of me winning was much higher than the odds of them winning. To the point where it got to where they didn't want to play games with me anymore because of my luck. So you probably wonder why I don't gamble. I don't like the odds. Why I don't do the lottery. Again, the odds. The odds of me winning might be higher than somebody else because of my luck. But the odds are still horrible. So I did give up 5% crit and 5% brute to play with 20 squirrels. And the extra squirrels probably does cost people, other people, video graphics issues if they have slow computers. So I normally play without the extra 20 squirrels. By activating this, I have a permanent 15 squirrels added to this power right here, 45% more damage. With the 20 squirrels, it's 60% more damage. One thing I haven't checked to see is if I can sustain Brotherhood. Alright. At least my ultimate power's back. But I haven't tried to see if I can sustain the spirit. If I can do this without running out of spirit. I'm now using a different single spender. I'm going to keep on Magneto. He's the annoying one of this bunch. Pyro's the next annoying one of this bunch. See, I'm spending a lot more spirit now. Doesn't seem too bad, though. I'll show you what I did. I swapped her single target basic for a single target non-basic that costs spirit. Oh, I didn't need that. I swapped Claw Kick, which restores spirit, with Savage Swipe. This one does more damage based on the number of squirrels you have, which in my case is a permanent 15. You are always considered to have 15 squirrel friends for powers and traits that gain bonuses based on them. So I do 45% more damage than the 19 to 29. Maybe 48% if it counts. Tippy Toe also. This one also gets the extra percentage based on the number of squirrels. But this one costs 5.9 spirit. This one delivers to you, restores 20 spirit. No, 10 spirit. In the past, I've always found that I'd run out of spirit. when I use this one. We'll see. Our fights aren't going very long. That's a beast. A beast piece of gear. I'm not fond of beast. %5 deflect. Nope. Nope. Nope.
I've made a lot of progress lately.
Yay, squirrel time!
Yay, squirrel time. All right. In the garage. Masters of Evil in the garage with a lead pipe. So the nice thing about Squirrel Girl is I've got 2 area bleeds and 1 single target bleed. If you wonder what happened to all these guys, when I ran by a while ago, I popped a confuse on them. Now they're all gone. I don't know who took the last one out. Usually there's 1 left standing when I pop a confuse on a big group. But if they do a bleed or a dot of some kind, then yeah, I can see them all taking each other out. But there was a whole bunch of demons outside. And when I ran by, I popped my area confuse just for fun. And they're all gone. Every single one of them. There's a huge group of them out there.
Rogue has that southern charm that's just
I've seen people complaining about Scarlet Witch can run by a big group and cause and delete them. Just completely delete them off the face of the earth in one shot. Squirrel Girl practically does the same thing. It just takes them a longer to take themselves out. It's not instantaneous. I ran by, I popped my confuse, I went in, started attacking a boss, stopped, looked around the corner, and they were all gone. It just takes longer than Scarlet, but it's the same thing. You basically just delete a group. But the triple bleed comes from this power, even though it doesn't say it has a bleed. This talent gives it a bleed. Claw powers apply bleed out. 5,851 twice per second. This is a claw power. So it's a single target bleed on this power. This guy causes a bleed, but it's area. 4,961 twice per second for 8 seconds. This guy causes a bleed, and it's an area. It doesn't say area. It says melee, movement, and bleeding. And it doesn't get the area tag. But since it's movement, everything she hits gets bled. See? Every one of them. So I consider it area bleed. And here's the confuse I was talking about. Usually there always just ends up one left. And yeah, Tippy Toe's beating on him. So is Iron Man. But she's got crazy good powers for eliminating, as Bonkin said earlier, feeble-minded mobs, which is everything except mini bosses and bosses. They're all feeble-minded. See, we go clean this bunch out. I'll take those. Pop my signature. Watch the squirrels invade. I'll take those. Where's Malacath? Probably as a meleeer shouldn't be chasing Malacath around, but he's the most annoying one. Oops! Now that was a case where my Squirrel Twirl, which is a movement power, threw me in front of him when I hit it. Squirrel Twirl makes me change positions 180 degrees. Uh-oh, somebody else is down. See if I can pull them away. Pull all the mobs away so somebody can get to him. That's not going to happen. Now I think I can get it. Alright. But I was at about half health. And I hit Squirrel Twirl, which causes me to change sides. And it threw me right in front of Malacath's charge. And since I was at half health, I got defeated. That's what happened a while ago. Just a moment ago. With melee movement characters, you have to be careful about that. You might be standing in a perfectly safe place, and your movement power throws you into an unsafe place. Don't these pretty much just drop off of Voltron? These are supposed to drop off of Ultron. Very, very, very rare chance for them to drop. off a different boss. And that's what I was explaining earlier. I get extremely rare drops. Not just rare drops. Extremely rare drops. It's a rare chance that a boss will drop his own artifact. It's an extremely rare chance a boss will drop another boss's artifact. So how are we doing? We're almost down to 30 minutes before the... Been forgetting about these. Ultron again? That's annoying. Of course, you don't have to do Ultron on... You don't have to do Ultron on Cosmic.
So, like, where's the party?
You don't have to actually do them on Cosmic. I could do them on Heroic, steal his cube shard. He doesn't drop cube shards on Cosmic. All right, 30 minutes before the server goes down. I think I actually saw her dodge. Yeah, I don't know why I said feeble. Don't know why that word popped into my head. Guess they all went down. Oh, there's one left. Where were you hiding? Sorry.
Ooh, you're all shiny.
I don't think I ever heard her say that before. She said, "Ooh, you're all shiny." I love Squirrel Girl.
Wow, I really need a catchphrase for moments like this.
Ooh, you're all shiny. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. Oh, I did forget to plug in my iPad over here. iPad, which is this guy right here, I use to monitor my stream. Because Twitch dashboard, which is right here in front of my face, constantly tells me I'm offline. It'll say, you're offline. Then it'll say, you're online. Then it'll say, you're offline. And I look at my monitor and I go, yeah, I'm not offline. Stop lying to me, Twitch, my Twitch dashboard.
I bet you do that, huh?
So, Squirrel Girl is super fine. Even with only 25k health. It's kind of low for a meleeer, but fruit juice, I almost forgot about it. I'll have to look and see what all kinds of fruits they put in that thing. It's not from concentrate. It's pure fruit juices. All right. Squirrel Girl's fine. If Omega level difficulty is a little too much for Squirrel Girl, she has sitting waiting. A Shield of Perseus. That bumps my damage reduction way up. My health way up. Dodge up another 4%. So all of my melee characters that I like to play, which are very few, all have one of these sitting in their stash. So who's next on my list? Give Squirrel Girl back her pet. Alright, she actually has more health than I thought when she has her normal pet on. She's at least at 26. So that's good. So, next on my list is Storm.
I have had enough of this waiting.
I have your back, Storm. Always.
Storm is the queen of AoE. And I do mean the queen. Let's see what kind of costume Storm has. Quite a few. The one I wear is just amazingly detailed. Amazing detail. Crazy hair. It's actually a cape within a cape. It's hard to see in here, but it's a double cape. Well, those are attached to her wrists. But it's amazingly detailed, and it's called Astonishing X-Men. This one's called Storm 90s X-Men. It's shiny. Hurts my eyes, it's so shiny. It reflects all the light. As if it's made out of metal or something. But it's super shiny. Let me, yeah, it reflects everything. So that one's called Storm 90s X-Men. This one is called Avengers vs. X-Men. I guess she was at the beach about to take a swim. Had to throw a towel around her. And I don't know what's with the boots. I guess you're not going to swim in boots. I don't know. You just have to remember that men draw these, or men come up with these designs. Probably men who know nothing about fashion. Probably nothing about women either. Storm Avengers versus X-Men. Here's her ultimate costume. That's some hair. Long, can't call it a ponytail. It's a long horse tail. That's a Clydesdale's tail. Yeah. 20 minutes. So that's called Ultimate. Storm's ultimate costume. African Goddess. Now this kind of makes more sense. We know how hot and humid Africa is. In some places. Lots of deserts, jungles, wide open plains. African Goddess. Her modern costume. This is the one you get when you first pick up Storm. This is the costume you get. It's her default. Storm Marvel Now. With the afro. Not afro, mohawk. Name slipped my mind. Is Storm a good starting hero? Yeah. Yeah, Storm's a good starting hero. Storm was my starting hero 3 years ago. Storm was my starting hero 3 years ago when I first started playing this game. So that's her Marvel Now costume. This one's called her Mohawk costume. This is kind of what she looked like in the latest movie, the Apocalypse movie. Not exactly, but... X-Men uniform. Yeah, I don't like the hair. And this is the same tight uniforms all the crazy X-Men have. Asgard. Storm Asgard costume. Pretty crazy. Classic black. This is something you'd see that Spice Girl on America's Got Talent wearing. But not a superhero. And back to the modern costume. But I like this one because the detail is just crazy good. This was one of the newer costumes. It's crazy detail. Storm is an excellent starter hero. Infinity System. Got 150 points in. The time gem because of movement speed. I like all my characters to have approximately the same movement speed. It's between 375 and 375 and up. So she's at 383. She's got plenty of attack speed, which also comes from this same. She's speed and energy based, which is how you can tell from here. Speed and energy. She gets the brutal strike. Give her the 5% crit. 5% brute. And then between speed and energy, it looks like I picked energy. I gave her more energy than anything else. I gave her a couple in speed. I put this one on 100 and gave her 2 more to bump it to 150. Didn't have to. I could take those 2 speed away. 15 minutes. I could take these 2 speed away. Nah, but then I'd have to put more down here. So that's fine. Actually, I don't have to have the 2 here at all. I could just put 100 here. I still get my extra dash. Then I could put 2 more in energy. Which reduces Tempest cost and gives me more damage protection against ranged attacks. I play her ranged. She's a ranged character. So 17.2% less damage from ranged attacks. She's lower on health than I like for a ranged character. I like my ranged characters to be around 25. She's about 1,000 low. She's lower on damage reduction than I like for my ranged characters. I like 35. I've got speed from Angela, crit from Cable, energy from Marvel, Captain Marvel. I have no clue why I got that guy there. Must have been from when I Cosmic Prestiged her. I think she's the 17th character I Cosmic Prestiged. So I gave her Cyclops and then forgot to set it back. She gets Gambit for energy. She should have Star-Lord and Squirrel Girl. Oh, she doesn't have Squirrel Girl. So this is energy crit, boss damage, Vision for ranged and machines, Wolverine for brute. Ranged, 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 ranged. So she's all ranged energy. So anything that gives energy, anything that gives ranged, contributes to every one of her powers. Now she also has a lot of area, but her single spender and her sudden tornadoes are not considered area. So she's ranged and energy, which is reflected over here. Brutal, brutal, critical, crafting discount. Why do I have a crafting discount? Who gives a crafting discount? Gambit? Nope, he gives credits per drop. Who gives the crafting discount? Black Bolt? Nope, he gives movement speed. Mr. Fantastic. What am I doing with Mr. Fantastic? Thor gives energy. Winter Soldier gives ranged. Iron Man. Iron Man's my choice. Why Iron Man? Because he gives ranged and energy. So that's an extra 4% to everything on this bar. Well, except for dash. But I don't use her dash for DPS. I use the dash to reposition myself. Yeah. 10 minutes. So now the Infinity System's good. Hero Synergy System's good. Let's see. She's got a Gok. Blessed with range damage. It's pretty well rolled. Wow. I need to re-roll this guy. This gives critical hit. It gives energy base damage. And it gives energy damage. But that needs re-rolling. This gives speed, damage rating, Tempest recovery, which is what her resource is. See, she's speed, energy, brutal strike. Tempest. Tempest generates while in combat, never decays. When it's filled, it activates Surge. Surge gives you 20% base attack speed, 20% movement speed, 20% base damage, 20% dodge. She's a deflect dodge based. And she's got health regen. So characters that have health regen, I'm a little more lenient about these numbers. She has health regen. That one's rolled okay. That one needs re-rolling. Interesting. God of Mischief. A Sling Ring, which gives range damage. Macron Crystal, Restores Tempest. Rank 5. 5% chance to restore Tempest. Yep, she doesn't use a basic. I've got so much. When you crit, recover Tempest. Recover Tempest when you hit with an energy power. This probably comes back fast. Let's re-roll these two. They're not up to snuff.
My genius goes way beyond just shrinking things.
This guy should have at least 5 energy.
Bright lady, guide my hand.
I'm not going to cry over 20 more energy damage. I'll take that. And this one needs +3 to energy. I can do a little better than that. Thank you, Miss RNG. I hadn't even told her what I wanted from it. She gave it to me anyway. Thank you, Miss RNG. Damage over time powers. She gets more damage to damage over time powers. Which is this one. This one. This one. This one. And this one. So that was a good choice for her. Range damage when you hit with any power. Area damage. Let's see. Energy and speed. I could give her more health. Five minutes. Wow. Time flies. Do I want to give up health on hit? Just to give her some health. I think so.
Would you like to see something I just invented?
The added health will definitely be helpful. Now she's where I want her to be, health-wise. And okay, guys. Server's going down. I'm going to go and do some more work on that computer downstairs. If it's not too crowded, they don't have too much going on down there. So, I'll be back after my midday break. So, somewhere around 11:45 Eastern New York City time. Or in other words, under 3 hours. So, I should be back then. My YouTubers, thank you for watching these videos on YouTube. And thank you for those of you subscribing to YouTube. I'm going to let you guys go now. Bye, YouTubers.